So Dave, that was fun, right? MPE, 1 more hour to go.
I think it's really turning into one of the key events of the year.
Yeah.
One of the fixtures in the diary. I think it's very impressive how they've managed to scale it and grow it. But it still has a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
Didn't you think it has a good atmosphere to it? I liked it.
Yeah, it was everyone knew everyone, and there was a lot of buzz going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of content, of course, you and I, we go to a lot of conferences. We read a lot of stuff. I must say, I did learn something new, and I'm very surprised that I didn't hear about that before. And that's something that you highlighted in the first day, the delegated authentication, which is for me perhaps one of the main things that merchants should be considering to improve their checkout process, because as you said, delegated authentication, the idea is that the authentication is no longer done at the end of the process, but in the beginning.
Yeah, we call it, I mean, it's a rubber, but the general idea is that you go from checking out to checking in.
Yeah.
And the point about it is, because you can do delegated authentication in that context, it means it fits into a bigger, more strategic merchant approach to changing the experience.
Right.
So the idea is, I come to the shop or the website or the machine or whatever it is, and I check in, and now the merchant knows who I am.
Yeah.
And they can deliver me a more personal service, hyper-personalization. Of course, as I said, this only works if the privacy...
Yeah, there are a lot of conditions.
Yeah. I mean, customers have to feel comfortable that you're going to look after their data, their privacy is being protected. I'm not an expert on how to do this, but I've got a feeling telling customers that you comply with GDPR isn't going to be enough. We have to find ways to make privacy like actual part of the upfront customer proposition, a bit like signing with Apple.
Yeah.
When you sign with
No worries.
I'm talking too much.
Yeah.
A bit like signing with So the customer is checked in, the merchant delivers them a very personalized service, very efficient service. And then when the customer goes to leave, the merchant has already done the authentication at the beginning, so there's no need to interrupt the customer's smooth checkout process by forcing another authentication.
Right.
So the merchant does the delegated authentication, and actually, okay, there are some risk issues and parameters that need to be adjusted.
Yeah, it's also, from what I understood, it's also device-based. You need to make sure that the
Yes, I mean, we're
authentication...
talking about mobile phones.
Yeah. And a most important thing, because I had a brief discussion with...
Start that again, please. That's so annoying.
I asked Steve Bisoffi, right, from UK regulator, why didn't I hear of that before? Because I'm in payments for quite a while. And he was like, yeah, it has been around already for some time, but it's perceived pretty useless because the issuer still has to determine whether or not we will allow to delegate the authentication.
Well, and it needed Visa and MasterCard to be, clear about what
the details.
No, look, I think it's because it does make sense, but it makes sense as part of a bigger merchant strategy.
Yeah.
So it's about the merchants getting a much better overall experience, and a better payments experience is part of that. And then a side effect of that, if it's all done properly, is the win-win, because then the merchants and the issuers and the customers have a better experience with lower fraud, and we want all of that to come together.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine that for a moment that you have a big issuer that starts delegating the authentication, you start to have a competitive advantage there as well to some extent, and then
I'm not sure. Well, you might be right. I mean, I've got a feeling it will happen the other way around. What will happen is there'll be the big merchants will move to delegated authentication as part of their transition to this new. So I will get used to the fact I'll pick Carrefour as the example because they were here. I walk into Carrefour, the Carrefour app pops up on my phone, I look at it, or I put my thumb on it or something, and now I'm logged in. I have the great shopping experience, and then at the end I just tap and walk out.
On the condition that your bank agrees with it.
Well, of course they will, because it's Carrefour. So if I'm a member of the Carrefour loyalty program or whatever it is, I mean, that's not quite the same as KYC,
No.
my passport, but for these risk things, it's good enough.
Yeah. Is there anything else that, like a key takeaway, except for delegated authentication maybe, that you learn here? Or that merchants should take into account?
Well, there's two different things. So there's,
Yeah.
because remember, I'm here as a consultant, so
Yeah.
it's not what's interesting to me. It's what do I think our clients will be
Yeah.
interested in. And actually, a lot of the stuff that people think is quite boring. What are the TRA, the transaction risk analysis rules for PSD to SDN? Those kind of things. Those are the things that are actual business for us at the moment, because that's what clients are implementing. If you're talking about what's coming next, I did enjoy the discussion about privacy this morning, and it made me think about some new things, which I value, because I just have this feeling that over the coming year, privacy is going to become a much more important part of the product mix for the consumer. And so you see this now with Apple beginning to compete with Google, saying, we never give anybody your data, or we look after you.
Yeah.
But you can see that spreading to banks and merchants and other kind of people as well. And for a long time, I have been certain that banks are the right people to lead in this business.
Yeah.
I have no evidence that any of them ever will, but
Yeah.
I still think they can succeed.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, and good luck with the last panel.
You're more than
In a
welcome.
few minutes.
Absolute pleasure to catch up with you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.